This episode is about skincare. Hi everyone, welcome to Fashion Brief. Speaking of skincare, what kind of brands do you usually buy? And what kind of criteria do you use while choosing brands between Estée Lauder or Nivea? Recently, I'm actually doing some research about the skincare industry, so I would definitely want to share some of my observations in the industry. Firstly, I would like to share some of the industry numbers. So skincare is now the largest business within beauty, representing 30% of the global market in 2019, according to McKinsey & Company. And growing 6.4% year over year in 2019 to $140 billion globally, according to Euromonitor. And there are actually two parts in the beauty industry, namely skincare and also makeup. And so from these numbers, we can observe that skincare has been eroding the sales of makeup. And so while skincare is having a great performance during COVID time, when we observe the makeup market, it's actually sagging and also plummeting in the year 2020. And it might take years to recover due to this current situation of lockdown and we have to wear masks. And so when it comes to skincare brands, there are actually three different kinds of levels, differentiated by branding or even pricing, namely Luxe, Masstige, and also drugstore. For Luxe brands, for example, Estée Lauder, La Mer, Biotherm, it belongs to the Luxe category. And for Masstige brands, for example, House Laboratories or Morphe, it belongs to the Masstige category. And while for drugstore, we all know that Nivea, Olay, or L'Oreal, these are all drugstore brands. And the reason why I'm mentioning these three kinds of levels is because the middle level, namely Masstige brands, are rising during COVID time, and it creates a new business opportunities for skincare brands that they should definitely consider to enter this blue ocean market. And so what does the word Masstige or Masstige brand mean? Well, basically, it's still in the category of cheaper skincare products, but with a really nice branding and marketing strategy so that it can give consumers a kick, an exciting moment when they use their products. Well, now you might wonder who buys those Masstige brand products. And actually, the target audience encompasses a wide range of multiple demographics. It doesn't necessarily to be like for younger generation, but also for older generation, they might also consider the product range of Masstige brands, as long as the brands has their own USP, namely including, for example, sustainability, science-based results, or even natural resources. And the reason why these Masstige brands are thriving is because of internet. Because most consumers, including me, when we want to buy something, either in the brick-and-mortar store or online, we do research. We scrutinize their official website and also the influencers we follow, the celebrities endorsement, and even for the hard facts, for example, the science-based results. These are all critical key components that convince us to purchase the products from the brand. And so if those brands are doing a great job within these fields and also with a lower price, then for consumers, they might think that, okay, for example, these lipsticks cost like $20. And why do I need to pay double or even triple to buy another lipsticks with the similar effect? And so now these prestige brands make effect if they did a really good branding strategy. And that's the reason why the third category, Masstige brands, was created between Luxe and drugstore brands. When we observe some of the largest beauty conglomerates such as L'Oreal or Coty, these two groups own plenty of beauty and skincare brands ranging from Luxe to drugstore brands. And for Estée Lauder, the brand stick to its prestige-only branding strategy. However, for Estée Lauder, The company actually owns a minority stake of the beauty group called Lithium. This is the group of the Masstige brand called The Ordinary. And so from this fact, more or less we can know that even for the top-notch luxury beauty brands, they can't ignore the fact that consumers will also buy the Masstige and also drugstore brands. They can't pretend that all their consumers are buying prestige products. So that all of the brands can allocate their risks from luxe to drugstore brands. And not only the rise of Masstige brands, consumer behavior has been changed due to COVID. Because we stay at home all the time and we need to wear masks. So that's the reason why I mentioned at the beginning of this video that the sales of makeup slumped during COVID time. And so for brands, they are actually betting the right pendulum between makeup or skincare. And so during this extreme time, brands need to stay agile and include diverse strategies into their marketing mix. For brands like Morphe, this brand is very famous for its artistry palette, namely colorful makeup. And with the rise of the no makeup during COVID time, the brand launched its new product line last year called Morphe 2 for these no makeup trend. And so with the decreasing sales of makeup, here comes the question, does every makeup brand need a skincare line? Well, I think there's no correct answer for this because first of all, we never know when COVID will end and also the changing consumer behavior when time goes by. But I think there should be a midway. For example, they should have a hybrid solution. For skincare brands, there should be skincare products with pigment. Or for makeups, there should be makeup with skincare ingredients. Well, although I really hate myself of repeating this fact again, but it's the truth that due to COVID, it actually affects us how we think of certain topics, especially beauty and skincare, because it involves a lot of science in it. And so this trend becomes more medical and more dermatological in the field of skincare. We tend to see numbers or percentage of the optimized performance of our skin, not just stating, oh, this product include natural ingredients, 100% natural. I think that era has passed and it's not enough for us. And so this means that for consumers, they tend to trust those brands with scientific research that shows solid results. There's an example I would like to leverage in this category, namely Augustinus Bader. It's a brand from the same person called Augustinus Bader. He's a professor in the skincare scientific research field, and he has been doing this kind of research for 30 years. And also there's this patent technology called TFC8. It is included in some of the skincare products that stated for users that after 27 days without using anything, only their products, there will be a significant improvement of the skin. And they even did a small documentation for some of the participants of this project to show the difference and to make it more convincible for consumers that it is really taking effect and making difference with your skin. Well, personally, I think it's a really nice and solid approach to convince consumers that their products are actually working, and by merely using their product, you can see the difference. However, I also found out some of the influencers or YouTubers, they posted their result and also experiments this whole process by the instructions of the brand, and they stated that it's not so different from the beginning till after 27 days. I think this happens all the time, either you did a real solid research or not. But I mean, for this brand, it will only bring advantage for itself because they really did scientific research on this product. And also the brand owner, Agostino Spada, he is the professor in this field. And so it creates this thought leader of the beauty and skincare product. So I would say for skincare brands, it's important for them to show scientific numbers and results to convince their consumers, because I mean, without seeing those numbers, you can only tell what kind of ingredients they're using, and saying that it's working, it's not enough. It's definitely not enough. And my last observation about skincare is within the male consumer category. The rising male skincare marketing trend. Men's skincare is actually, this category is struggling before COVID, and then afterwards, because of these numbers, scientific, and also we need to take care of our hygienic issues, more and more male consumers are considering to take care of their skin. And for most male consumers, they are more price sensitive when it comes to beauty and skincare products. And also they prefer to shop bulk online when there's discounts. And so it's actually really interesting for brands how they can target and did the right marketing towards male consumers. And while browsing different kinds of male skincare brands, I realized that the marketing wording plays an important role when it comes to convincing male consumers. And so I would like to provide 2 examples in the male skincare category. The first one is Cadera Lab. This brand is actually targeting the male consumers above 40 years old. And I would say it's a really sweet point positioning for this brand, because for most of the above 40 years old male consumers, they are more or less having a certain success in their career and willing to spend money on the products they are convinced or they think it is good for them. And so for this brand, they prevent to use the wording such as anti-aging, instead focusing on the change of the skin when people age. So that's to showcase the male consumers that this is normal and how they can do to help keeping the situation, the optimal situation during their age span. And they use words such as craftsmanship, powerful, wild resilience. These kind of wordings more or less are similar to describe a luxury SUV. And so this actually makes effect within their marketing strategy. The second brand I would like to share is a Canada brand called Real. It is not targeting the mid-age male consumers. Instead, the brand is targeting a more performance-oriented younger generation. Its skincare product include ingredients that sounds like the thing you will hear from Game of Thrones, such as dragon's blood or tiger grass, and whose botanical classifications are Cranton lachleri and Chantella asiatica, respectively. Well, it's really hard to pronounce. And also the brand launched not only skincare, but also some performance-oriented products such as protein shake, protein bar. For those who did some workout, they can also purchase these products online. And so I think these 2 brands, from these 2 examples, you can see that they are including some special and also different from female beauty and skincare marketing strategies. Instead, they're focusing on a more cool, rational, and also male-oriented strategy in order to convince their consumers. And so that's it for today for the skincare episode. Thanks for watching, and please give me a thumbs up of this video subscribe Fashion Brief, and see you soon. Have a nice summer holiday.